this is the season finale. What's up, Crown community? My name is Aubrey. To my left, of course, you know,
it's Efren.
And to his left, Richie Rich.
What's up, Rich?
Welcome.
Our special guest for today.
Very excited to be here with the Gambit community. Let's nail this. You know, we're at the season finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it did not disappoint.
Bro.
Yeah, it did not.
It did not disappoint.
Every episode was dope. Like, I really enjoyed every single episode. It had a lot of action. The story was great. All of the characters that came out, man, they did a fantastic job. I was really excited. I like how it ended. It didn't really end too much with like, shit, I really want to see much more. Only the fact that we found out who Power Broker was and what the mission is that she's intending to do.
I mean, dude, every episode from episode 1 to episode 6 was better and better. It was like a well-written crescendo. Like, let's give it up to the writers and the casting. And I mean, dude, big ups to Wyatt Russell.
Yeah.
Nailing the role.
Yeah, bro, dude.
He was so good that people hated him so much. That's how good he was. Now, we're going to go back and forth. So we're going to be talking about the whole season from season 1 all the way to, I don't know how many episodes. Was there 7?
6 episodes.
There was 6 episodes, right? So 6 episodes. We're just going to go back and forth, non-chronological order. I want to start with U.S. agents redeeming himself.
I mean, he had a choice to either hunt down Carly or save Congress.
Right.
And he thought about it, and he made the right choice. He, in a sense, redeemed himself. Like, I kind of felt for him in his position. But I mean, it was kind of full circle, you know. Like, if we're looking at Bucky, like you got to remember, this is right after Endgame. So Bucky hasn't had an opportunity.
Wait, is this right after WandaVision?
It's right after WandaVision, like a few like.
Or is it happening at the same time?
No, I think time-wise, I think it's like legitimately right after
WandaVision. Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think like the story of like the Winter Soldier, like came full circle because you have to also understand that Bucky hasn't had an opportunity to really free himself. Remember, he was the Winter Soldier in Wakanda for a while.
He was going through therapy. He was having a lot of post-traumatic stress.
Right.
He had to go through the psychiatrist because he was still having nightmares about him being the Winter Soldier, and we saw this where he felt like he was, you know, one day going to turn into the Winter Soldier again.
Or what about like the part where Baron Zemo was trying to activate his codes?
Oh yeah, with the words.
And then he actually realized, okay, so he's not being controlled anymore. He's himself.
Well, he's still fighting because, especially after one of the, what do you call them? There's a name for them. I call them the Wakandians.
The Dora Milaje.
There you go. Good job. Good catch.
The assassins.
Oh yeah.
Those girls are badasses, dude.
That one Dora, she was able to kind of help Bucky.
Well, I mean,
the transition.
There was a real deep relationship between herself and Bucky. You know, like, cause she helped Bucky kind of transcend the Winter Soldier persona into the White Wolf.
Right.
You know, and that was part of his character arc and his development. So there was a lot going on with Bucky that wasn't really conveyed through the show, but really more so through the character and his reactions and the way that he was behaving.
That one scene really reminded me of Dances with Wolves, where they had to call him. We shall call him Dances with Wolves. So we shall call him the White Wolf.
Wolf.
Where, you know, he ends up like joining the tribe and stuff like that, or just grows up with the tribe, learning the language and their culture, which is really awesome. Now let's talk about the faction a little bit. Now, Rich knows a lot about comic books. Again, like we mentioned in our early reactions, and of course all the other reactions to our Winter Soldier episodes will be in our link below. This will be the first video that's going to be uploaded, so we're going to be going back and forth with it. But Rich knew about the Flag Smashers and what was the origin of the Flag Smashers. It's a contrast between that and the comic books and what's happening here in the TV show.
So I have a theory. I have a theory about that.
Okay.
So in the comic book, he's a character. The Flag Smasher is a character, right? And He's trying
He's
to,
one guy.
He's like V for Vendetta. Like he's like V for Vendetta. He's like that's kind of who he is. But in the show they made it a faction, right? They became a group. But my theory is, remember at the end of episode 6, there's one Flag Smasher left. The one that fell into the river. And I think he will become
the flag lead guy.
Because there's no more super soldiers.
That's true.
Okay, but the alter
Yeah,
ego.
Baron Zemo's home. His butler killed him.
In the comic books, the alter ego of the Flag Smasher is Carl Morgenthau. Of course, in this show, switch our genders to Carly. So instead of Carl, we have a Carly. But you're right. We might actually have a leader Flag Smasher who's going to be leading everyone. So, Efren, how do you feel about what happened with Baron Zemo and his evil butler killing the Flag Smashers?
Well, I actually don't think Baron Zemo is like one of the bad guys. I just feel like he has a different point of view of how he feels about all the super soldiers, you know, because he's like he said, you can't really control these super soldiers, or in his point of view, they can't really be controlled. So in his mindset, he's feeling like he's doing the right thing by eliminating all the super soldiers, by having to just let it be all the humans, you know. And I don't feel bad.
It's kind of like Senator Kelly trying to get rid of all the mutants.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him having to think like that, but at the same time, there's other ways of handling things. That's kind of like what Sam did. That's what, you know, Buck did. That's exactly also what a U.S. agent soldier did. And he had a choice to. He could have kept, kill the senators, especially the guys who pretty much stripped down from what he was, which was the Captain America. Exactly. Those are the same people that he saved. So it's like it shows like you can make different choices, and that's what's exactly what Baron Zemo could have done. But at the same time, you know, maybe what he did helped out. It's even though it was bad for what he did, but it's going to probably help out and later on the community, because they don't have to deal with 4 other super soldiers that were going to get released. Because one thing I did have a question for you guys was, you realize at the end when they were putting them inside the actual van, but you saw that one soldier. He said,
right. It's kind of like a Hail Hydra moment.
Exactly.
It's like a Hail Hydra moment.
But he wasn't in that same van where those guys were killed.
One world, one people.
But did you see how far Carly was willing to push it?
Yeah, yes. Exactly. And she lost her vision.
She lost her position of leadership because all the other Flag Smashers, I mean, they were about an ideology, right?
Yeah,
a very specific ideology.
Exactly. That's why they followed her.
They wanted to put the people who were in the blip in houses and give them, you know, like they wanted to eliminate them from being refugees.
That was supposed to be the plan.
And the more and more aggressive she became, and the more aggressive she was, her followers were watching her slip, you know, like slip into darkness little by little.
That's why they weren't repeating it at the end when she goes one world, and then like they didn't want to say anything. They were like quiet.
They were questioning her choices.
Exactly.
So now we're gonna really get into the theories, hardcore theories and speculations on this. So Baron Zemo, he is now locked up in the raft, and the raft is what, Rich? It's owned by
General Thunderbolt Ross.
Zaius' grandson in the comic books. His grandson is Elijah Bradley. Now, Zaius' last name is Bradley, and that's great how they created a mural for him. We'll get to that later. But the fact that we see Elijah Bradley in this episode makes me think, are we going to have a young Avengers? We have a Hawkeye already. We have a young Iron, I don't know what they're going to call her, Iron Maiden or
Ironheart, maybe?
Ironheart. Yeah, Ironheart. Iron Maiden is Pepper Potts. And of course, we're going to have
She's Rescue.
And there's going to be a Hulk. There's going to be a young
She-Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah.
So the MCU is already introducing all these young Avenger characters and just kind of like slipping them in there, little Easter eggs. Elijah Bradley is going to be Patriot. I think Sam's going to train him into becoming the next Captain America.
I read a crazy theory about the shield actually.
Oh, Hulkling. Yeah, that's a young.
Because the shield that Captain America went with wasn't the shield that.
You mean U.S. Agent?
No, Captain America. In Endgame. Steve Rogers. The shield that he left with wasn't the shield that he gave back.
Because the shield broke.
No, I think that shield was Sam's shield from a different timeline.
The alternate line.
When Steve Rogers said, "This is yours," like Like he's like, I feel like it belongs to somebody else, and he's like, oh, it doesn't. It's yours.
Oh, so okay, that actually makes sense.
Here's another weird theory.
Wow, that's a crazy.
Since
way to think of it
we're going back to Captain America in this timeline, here's another weird, crazy theory. So Sharon Carter is supposed to be the granddaughter of
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter. Steve went all the way back in time to hook up with Peggy Carter.
So he's the grandfather.
Does that make Steve?
I mean, it's weird
because they kissed. They kissed in Civil War, right?
I think Sharon Carter is Peggy Carter's niece.
Oh, okay, maybe.
So not the granddaughter.
Yeah, it's not weird like Alabama weird. But it's still
okay, cool.
It's still like something to think about.
It kind of, for just a second, I thought Steve Rogers ended up becoming like her grandfather too. Like they had kids, and then they had kids, and then for sure.
Well, remember that the super soldier serum is passed down through genetics. Mm-hmm. So if Steve Rogers does have children, they are super soldiers.
They would have a super soldier.
Just like Isaiah and his son.
And his son, that's true.
Elijah Bradley has the.
He's a super soldier.
He's a super soldier.
Yeah.
So that's how he becomes the new Patriot. I'm telling you, Sam's going to be training him. Sam's going to train him. He's going to be the next Captain America.
Man, but like the whole political agenda behind the show was like so well written and not like too much. Like it wasn't like
in your face.
It wasn't like
like
in your face politics, but it was there enough.
Subtle things, fair enough. It was fair.
It was there enough to like really kind of, because I mean it mirrored modern day issues that we have on a sociological standpoint.
Yeah,
you know, like
and all that.
Yeah, I mean not just that, but like oppression.
Racism,
like
there's a little bit of that, like that one scene where the police officers were trying to arrest Sam.
Oh yeah, and at the end they're like, oh,
until they found out he was an Avenger. Like, look, this is Sam Wilson. Oh, sorry, Mr. Wilson, we didn't know it was you.
Yeah, and then
it was like that
they talked about the Tuskegee experiments when they were injecting black soldiers with diseases like STDs, and they were watching them like get sick and die, and they were giving them placebos to say that they were curing them, but
that's what Isaiah was talking about too. It's like, they were dissecting stuff, they were experimenting on me, you and the other guys,
and he survived.
The Hydra and the government, and it just comes to show that there's no black and white here. You know, there's like a little gray area. Like not everyone here
like
is a superhero. Nobody's a villain. Yeah, exactly. Nobody here is really a bad person. You know, everyone they felt like they did something right. Baron Zemo thinks he's a hero. He really believes he's a hero.
I mean, I look at him like Deadpool, like a super anti-hero. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's true.
Well, you gotta think about it. If you're like a regular person, and let's say if you're like the mayor of the city, or just a regular person, and next thing you know it, you watch The Boys, right? You know that one scene where what's his name, A-Train runs over Homeboy's girlfriend. So when Hugh's girlfriend died, you can kind of understand where he's coming from. It's like, I hate soups. I hate super-powered people. Like I really want to get rid of them.
It's not that. It's not that. He's not that he hated him for doing what he did. He hated him because he lied to everyone and didn't take responsibility of what he did. And the fact that he found out later on that he wasn't really on a mission. Like that he had, that it was just a casual death.
Well, the fact that they pardoned, like they excuse A-Train's like what he did.
What he did.
Yeah. It goes back to Baron Zemo, to where, like, you know what? There's been so many so-called super-powered Avengers. Supposedly they're trying to save the world, but at the same time they're destroying property, and everyone suffers from all their actions. And I kind of understand that. Like, what if you're that person where, crap, you have a business over here, or you know, you have people in your building, and next thing you know it, the Avengers or the Hulk accidentally crushes it. Like, wouldn't you be pissed off? Wouldn't you be like Baron Zemo and be like, hey, we gotta register these guys?
I mean, it was really easy to relate to Baron Zemo because, you know, like he was a baron. You know, his family was royalty.
He's like evil Bruce Wayne.
And if you look at that scene when they're standing in front of that statue with the
statue where he was looking at it,
that statue was in a crater of that statue where the family, the kids, that statue was up where the crater was for Sokovia.
Didn't he say that to Bucky? Something about like, oh, you guys haven't visited Sokovia, or you?
Oh yeah, after Wanda, I think it was like, Wanda, right? Was it Wanda?
He's like, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course not.
So that leads to, have we mentioned the raft and Baron Zemo with the raft?
Not yet.
Okay. So I have my theories. What are you guys' theories about him and the raft? And of course, we know that the raft is owned by General Thunderbolt, right?
Yeah.
So are we going to see a Marvel version of the Suicide Squad, the Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With Baron Zemo being maybe front center, like maybe somewhat the leader.
He's the leader.
He's a leader.
Yeah.
He's the Iron Man of the the Thunderbolts,
Right.
basically.
I mean, Ross's entire agenda was to control superpowered humans. You know what I mean? Like they've always wanted to control the heroes. That's why they had that's why Civil War happened, because Iron Man wanted Captain America to sign the document.
Exactly, to register, and
Yeah.
and that's why half of them didn't want to register. The other were like, yeah, no, we gotta register. It's the right thing to do.
In the comic book, Spider-Man, I don't know if he registered, but Spider-Man actually unmasked himself in public.
Oh,
I don't know
and-
if you guys read that.
You know, it's crazy.
That's a Civil War comic.
Spider-Man's coming to Disney.
It is.
It is. So I wonder how they're going to bring him in.
Venom's going to be the Spider-Verse is going to be connected to the MCU. They're going to try to find a way to bring Venom and Spider-Man
Carnage
together,
and all
because
this.
we know that a new Morbius film is coming out with our Joker, of course, one of our Jokers. Who's that Joker? Who's the Morbius? Who's playing Morbius?
It's what's his name? He was
It's
in
Jared
there.
Leto.
Yeah, Jared
Jared
Leto.
Leto.
Yeah,
That's-
one of our Jokers.
Yeah, Jared Leto. Jared Leto's the only person to play the Joker twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
in the
job.
Justice League
Yeah.
and on the action.
He did so good.
Yeah.
That
I wouldn't doubt it if they bring him on the next Justice League movie, because like it kind of came out towards the end, the Zack Snyder cut. You kind of just see him, but I feel like he's gonna come out on the next one.
I think Zack Snyder breathed life into the DCU.
I think so.
Because that was a very poor example of anything that has
So
to do.
Josh Whedon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just very poor. What about Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine?
What? Is that her name?
Yeah.
I call her Lady Grey, bro.
We call her Lady Grey.
It's just so easy for me. That's too much.
So she's
has a
going to
long
be
name.
in the Black Widow movie.
Oh, by the way, she's from Seinfeld. By the way.
Seinfeld. What's her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia.
So she's going to be in the Black Widow film.
Damn.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How'd you know that? You read that somewhere?
I read it on Reddit.
Oh shit.
Nice.
I read it on Reddit.
Nice.
I read it on Reddit. Yeah,
Nice
Reddit be
little,
coming
fun
through
work
with
there.
some.
So I don't know too much about her. All I know is that she dated Nick Fury. And she's been around the MCU. We just haven't seen her. Also, she's been behind the scenes. Since we're talking about her, let's talk about her relationship with U.S. Agent.
His suit was cool, man, and I like how at the end how he was all happy that he was back in a suit.
Oh, he got
But
back.
he was happy the fact that, all right, cool, now they see me as U.S. agent. So
It's black.
yeah,
It's like it's a
it just
different
shows you
It's
like
like it's the same. It's just black.
It's
it's
just
just
black.
black.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
He was so happy.
I was happy.
too.
I was like,
I was happy
whoa.
because you could see it in how
Straight
happy
from
he
the comic
was.
books, yeah.
But it gets
Yeah.
to show like Lady Grey, or whatever her name is, like
I'll
she
call her
has
Lady Grey for
power and with the government, because look how he was like pardoned. He was in a new suit, and she like owns him because she said just have your phone ready because I will be calling you. So it's like it reminds me of like the Suicide Squad, like how they run this background.
What do you think's gonna happen with her and with her and Walker with John?
I mean, a lot of people are saying
anyway.
that she's gonna do the Lady Hydra moniker, but I think
It seemed like it.
I mean, remember that she infiltrated Hydra. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't really
A bad person.
She wasn't really. I mean, she's questionable on everything she,
She
does.
has
Like,
an
like
agenda.
Nick Fury
Everyone
makes
has an
choices.
agenda.
Yeah, and like also Sharon
You know?
Carter, like at the end.
Sharon Carter is talking to General Thunderbolt. I'm calling it right now, General Thunderbolt. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's my theory.
You think she was talking to the
I think she
General
was talking
Thunderbolt? She
to-
goes, oh, we don't have the super
If
soldiers.
she's a power
but we have
broker-
access to a bunch of stuff.
Dude, she has all that network. When you went to her apartment or her house, she has an exquisite museum. She has like rare paintings. I think she was talking to Thunderbolt, General Ross Thunderbolt. That's my
see
theory.
that.
That's my theory. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you think she was talking to? Efren? Who do you think she was talking
I
to?
think it's the same thing.
Rich?
Who else could it be?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Like,
you throw theories out there. If you're
Sharon,
wrong, you're
Sharon
wrong.
is so like
Sharon's
so
a trip.
Like she's so like you can't really put your finger on her right now.
No, because at first you thought you did have your finger on her, but then she comes sideways that she's the power breaker.
Remember, she hired her henchmen to kill one of the factions too.
Yeah.
So she's willing to kill. But I think at the end she talked about like, okay, look, the super soldier serum is done, but she said something about weapons, right, or technology?
Yeah, she's gonna get access to government weapons and technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, you remember Shield? Oh, it's that program where they
Shield and Sword.
where they like remade Vision.
But by far in the MCU universe, Wakanda has the most advanced technology.
Oh yeah,
from everybody else because they're alien technology.
dude. You know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see the Falcon Wakandan suit up.
That would have been.
You had a theory,
You know,
but it didn't happen. But it was a good theory. Tell your theory about what happened with that Wakanda.
I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were gonna do a CG Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna do like a real quick. Because remember, in the universe right now,
He's still alive.
T'Challa is still alive.
Yeah.
You know, he's not dead. I mean, rest in peace to
Rest in
Chadwick.
peace, Chadwick. Yeah.
Obviously, you know, Marvel again. You know, with their casting, nailed it with Chadwick Boseman. But I thought since Zemo was out, T'Challa is the one who put him in prison. I thought since he was out, I thought T'Challa sent the Wakandan assassins,
Wakanda, yeah,
right?
yeah.
If there was going to be a conflict, I thought they were going to bring T'Challa and show him.
And he would have came out at least for one episode
That would have been so crazy. I mean,
and taken.
you know, there was two things I wanted with Disney Plus. The end of The Mandalorian season 2, which is the rescue. I really want to see Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker. Just come out.
I think he's doing it.
And there's talks that he's doing.
I think he's doing it. Yeah, I think he's doing Luke.
and
The
two,
third season, right?
and two, because they did the CGI Luke. Man, I was eating up your theory. I was thinking, man, if that theory is,
That would have been badass.
that would have been
dude.
crazy, and freaking Rich called it.
You know,
that
that
would
would
have been
because you
badass.
didn't need a lot to do. All you had to do was put his face in there, and then he
Put a
suit up again.
Put a stand in that looks exactly like him, or it looks close to
Yeah.
like him, and then CGI it.
And then he could just suit up. Black Panther.
The rescue in season 2 of The Mandalorian, they said that Mark Hamill was a stand-in, and then they did CGI, or did they really use Sebastian Stan as a stand-in and CGI'd him?
I don't know. I mean, with the way that CGI works now, and
You can
and
just
how,
put anybody
yeah,
in there.
I mean, they what's that called when they just superimpose someone's face on you? Deep fake.
Deepfake.
Like
Oh,
deepfakes
so
are
great.
so
Yeah, they do
good.
that a
So
lot.
good. Yeah, like
It's scary.
like you can do that on your phone now.
Dude,
You
you
know?
can easily frame somebody with,
Yeah.
with a murder.
Don't get any ideas.
No, I'm just saying, that's how good it is. I mean, that's how messed up it is.
We look at where the timeline is going with WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then now we have Doctor Strange, and then we're gonna have No Way Home with Spider-Man.
Also, by the way, a Shang-Chi trailer just came out a few days ago, so
Dope.
it was a
Super
tease.
dope.
Everyone hasn't seen the trailer, but it's a tease. It's a tease trailer. This is going to talk about the real Mandarin. So this whole entire time, the Mandarin was like this puppet master, just throwing his henchmen out there.
Well, he's the one that
Throwing
kidnapped
himself-
Iron Man. Well,
Yeah,
they
well,
faked
he
it. They
hired-
faked it. Yeah,
he
they faked
hired
it. Yeah,
somebody
there was someone else
because you have the 10
moniker.
rings, like you
Yeah.
have his 10 rings like in the background. I don't know too much about Shang-Chi, but we're gonna find out more about their connection with the MCU, and I can't wait. I can't wait for Shang-Chi.
Suits were dope.
The suit was comic.
I think the way
Accurate.
Sam
Accurate.
was handling the shield. And
Oh,
he
that was cool
flying.
too. Yeah, the
That was pretty
spiral
sick,
shield.
dude.
I've never seen it. Like, well, did Captain America throw it like that? Did he do a spiral throw?
No, but I know one thing
That was
that
cool.
Sam did do was he used his
wings.
jets, his wings to push and do the same thing Steve Rogers did. You know, when he had the
Yeah.
actual shield and he did that one move where he power pushed everybody. That's exactly what he did. That shit reminded me of Steve Rogers.
So here's my question: since you're mentioning, the suit now, because Wakanda, the people from Wakanda made the suit, is it vibranium?
Yeah,
It has to
It
be.
has to
It's
be, right?
vibranium.
Because
It's
that's
100% vibranium.
they only have that type of metal in Wakanda, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing they use, right?
vibranium.
So it's got to be like now he's bulletproof and everything.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy. So he has a full suit that's bulletproof.
What's dope is
and
that he's not
indestructible.
suit. He doesn't have the serum on him. He doesn't have like any super special powers. He's like Batman, dude. He just happens to have dopest gear that can protect him, and it's just all in his will. You know.
What about the speech that Sam gave all the senators at the end?
That was deep, dude.
I listened.
Dude, that was straight up like a punch to the government's gut. Right there. And that's something that he had to do because Isaiah went and suffered because of the government. And then that's kind of how they were trying to treat Sam. They're like, oh, you wouldn't understand the decisions that we're making. No, of course we don't. But you also don't understand where Sam's coming from. He's a black guy who happens to be Captain America, who people don't want to see him as that because he's not blue eyes.
Some people might not want to see it.
You know, they don't see that. So they don't like him already as a beginning. So he has to prove himself to everyone.
Look, you people have just as much power as an insane god or a misguided teen.
No, and that's exactly what he was trying to tell senators. Like, dude, we go through a lot of stuff too.
The shield and the bow.
I was going to go into that.
Were two of the same parts of the story. Mm-hmm. You know, because Sam was trying to figure out if they were going to get rid of the boat or keep it. And Sam was trying to figure out if he really wanted to take on the mantle of Captain America. His duality, like his conflict, his inner conflict was: do I support a government that didn't support us or my people for, you know, generations? Remember in the first episode, Sam wanted to go get a loan from the bank and he couldn't qualify for it.
Yeah, because he hasn't been working for 6-7 years.
That goes back to systematic racism, because banks weren't giving minority communities loans based on the zip codes and the areas that they lived in. So just where you were living at disqualified you from getting any kind of loan that you were looking for.
In this case, they kind of mirrored that by saying, well, you haven't been working for 6 years. Well, I've been in the blip for 6 years.
I mean, he saved the world.
That's what I said in the trailer. He saved the world. He saved his life more than 2 times. And this goes back to what Isaiah has told him. Like, do you want to be the black Captain America? Do you think people will respect you or accept that? They won't accept that.
They will never let a black man be Captain America.
And if they do offer the shield to you, will you take it? That was deep. There was like no win-win on that conversation. There's no win-win answer. So this goes back to Bucky, where he said, Bucky tells him, look, Sam, this shield does not represent America, the government. This represents our best friend that just passed away. So
he gave it to him.
Do it for him, not
He's gone. He's not dead.
He's not.
Well, gone, whatever. But this represents. We don't even know that yet.
Who knows? He might come back.
I don't know.
He said Steve is gone.
Steve is gone. Okay, so we don't know if he's dead or not. But
and you don't really die in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, you're right. They always bring him back. But my point is, he said this shield represents our friend. It doesn't represent all these like politics.
I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm. But that's why Sam was able to accept it, because Isaiah's got to him when he told him, like, dude, like, will you really take the shield? I wouldn't. Right? That's pretty much what Isaiah was telling him. And after how they were treating me, I wouldn't take the shield.
And John, like, once Sam really took in the moniker of Captain America, John Walker gave him a nod. Mm-hmm. You know, he saw the, I mean, lack of a better term, I think kind of like the attitude that Sam carried the shield with, and it mirrored everything that Steve Rogers was about. Like all of the principles that Steve Rogers did, and they say the super soldier serum amplifies who you are, right?
And that's why the U.S. agent.
I understand that. I understand that.
Like based on your characteristics and your personality,
right? And it took Sam a lot to hold it and carry it with him, because he knew that there was going to be factions of people that were going to be disappointed in him, but he also understood that if he didn't do it, there was going to be more blood on that shield.
Yeah.
Remember, John Walker killed one of the Flag Smashers, and Sam felt like he was responsible for that.
Yeah.
For trading in the shield.
Because he didn't take the shield.
So when he took the shield and he wiped the blood off of it, he reflected on it as his loss.
So now he has this responsibility, like, I can't let this happen again.
Correct.
Because now the blood is in my hands. Like,
it's exactly what it was.
Yeah. So, Evan, how do you feel about the actor? What's his name? John Walker. Wyatt. Wyatt
Russell.
Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell. Dude, that guy is
so good.
He's good. He played really good as, you know, with the character of who he portrayed, the U.S. agent. Like, he did really well. I liked the fact that at the end he was really cool with Sam. He was cool.
They were so cool with each other.
Yeah, with Bucky. You know, because he kind of saw like, shit, that shit doesn't belong to me.
Well, after
but he felt comfortable
I hate
who he is
I
now.
hate to do the old Spider-Man cliche line, but with great
Great
power
respons-
comes great
Great
responsibility.
Yeah, and
It
he couldn't
works.
handle that.
It works,
He
you know?
couldn't handle that. He chose to cheat by becoming a super soldier by taking the serum because he got so disappointed the fact that he got his ass beat by the
By the Dora
Wakanda.
Milaje.
By Dora Milaje,
And they're not
exactly.
even super
And they're not
soldiers.
even
They're just the most
exactly.
elite assassins that walk the
Exactly.
planet.
Did he
And
ask
that's
Hoskins
how
like
he
they have
got-
super?
No, he was disappointed in himself. He's like, they're not
Yeah.
even super soldiers.
Yeah, he's like,
But in my
they're
mind,
not-
remember the Dora Milaje. They were going to take the shield.
Yeah.
Because the shield's vibranium, and that by just material is Wakandan property.
Right.
You know, and I think is it Dora? Is her name Dora?
Dora thing is
Which one? The main that
Yeah.
one girl.
Okoye is the first in line. Like she's the leader of the Dora Milaje.
Ayo. Her name's Ayo.
It is Ayo, right?
Yeah. Actress is Florence Kasumba. So yeah, what was your point?
She has. I think there's more to the relationship between her and Bucky.
Yeah.
Because I think she walked Bucky through the Winter Soldier phase.
oh yeah.
You know, I mean, she told Bucky to stay out of Wakanda for a little bit.
What's that one drug where you take it and it's a drug that supposedly you die for like 30 minutes?
DMT.
Yeah. So did she give him some DMT to find
opium?
himself and challenge himself? You know about that, right?
In the Amazon rainforest. But you know what's funny? DMT is actually it's actually in every living organism. Like you produce it in your brain as you dream.
Yeah.
It's like the chemical that makes you dream.
Yeah. But they enhanced this one.
Yeah, Ayo did. She was a badass. So she reminds me of was that the Elite from the DC?
Oh, she reminds me of the Amazonian women.
The Amazonian
Like
women
those-
too,
those-
but
those
also
are-
those the assassins from Batman from Gotham. What's that? With the Lazarus?
Oh, you talk about the
What was that group?
yeah, the League of Assassins.
League of Assassins.
League of
there you go.
Assassins.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they reminded me of. Dude, they're fucking badass, and they're like
Man.
you don't really see them at all, but when you do see them, they just go in there to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
They are so badass, dude. I like how Ayo just meets up with Bucky and Sam. I think somebody says like you don't have jurisdiction, and she goes, "Wakanda has no jurisdiction."
Yeah, they have jurisdiction
We go where we go.
where we want to.
Like we're shadows. We go where we go.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're our own country. We don't follow any government.
Yeah, U.S. agent was the one who said it.
It's so yeah. It was U.S. agent.
Yeah,
or
and
John
that, at the
Hopkins.
beginning, that's how he first met them.
There was just a lot of there was a lot of like factions that he just didn't understand.
Yeah.
You know, because Sam told him you're better off fighting Bucky than
Yeah, that's
Then the
true.
Dora
Then the
Milaje.
Marvel, exactly.
Yeah.
And he didn't believe him until he got his ass handed.
he's like, what's up with all the knives?
Yeah.
Well, even Bucky was like, "Oh shit, you just pissed her off." Shit.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
knew.
watching.
Dude, he was watching him get beat up.
Because he knows. He's like, look, there's no chance you can beat the.
Yeah, no, they'll
Dude,
tear you
how about when she did the Kill Bill five finger touch of death on his arm?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Off his
That
arm.
was a trick.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
was
Yeah,
straight from
Bucky didn't even know she could do it. He's like, I didn't even know that was possible. He was tripping out.
And he just looked at her like,
They made his arm so they know where the weaknesses
Yeah.
are. That's straight from Wakanda. I think all the technology, all the metal is going to be coming from Wakanda until we get introduced with adamantium one day. Adamantium.
I mean,
what's going to happen?
I mean,
man?
there was Wolverine. There was Wolverine subtle hints in Madripoor, like that club that they were at. Was it called the Pink?
Oh, by the way, there was a meme with Baron Zemo's dance at that point.
Dude, that guy has the
Oh, yeah.
best.
So crazy.
That guy had the best moves.
He had the
of all
best
time.
moves the way he was
It was
dancing.
one of the highest search in Google.
You know, he had a
on
whole
YouTube.
hour of dance
He's
moves.
improvising. He was improvising. Like, dude, I'm just gonna sit here and just move.
I can't dance that long.
That was awesome, dude. He's actually a really cool guy too. The actor, he
amazing
plays-
actor.
He's such a cool guy.
Amazing
Like,
actor.
He's chill. Like he's someone you can drink beer with and just talk. You know,
Yeah.
he's a really cool guy in person. Most of them are cool. All the MCU people are just cool people. I mean, for the most part. nobody here. There's no real bad person here. I
No,
think the
it was
only
just
villain
a-
I can think of is Sharon Carter. She
Sharon-
was a
Sharon-
power broker.
Yeah, and
The whole
in the
time.
comics, Sharon isn't like. She's actually a bad person in the comics.
Oh, okay. Like attitude-wise?
No, she's like a criminal.
Oh shit.
Yes.
So are they leaning to that route of maybe
Yeah,
turning
they're-
into that?
Probably. It looks
Giving her
like
a bigger
it.
role?
Yeah.
They're gonna give her a bigger role in the next season because, come on, she straight out said it like, yo, we got access. So that means she's gonna be controlling and masterminding. She's gonna be the puppeteer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I like about the series, and I'm also going to add WandaVision to this. I like the fact that Disney is bringing all these sidekicks. I mean, they start out with WandaVision, where you have like some of the sidekicks from other individual films, like from Thor, from Ant-Man. You get some of like the side characters and giving them bigger roles.
Yeah.
Just like right here, like even Sharon Carter. Now we get to see more of Sharon Carter. I think the first time Sharon Carter appeared was in Captain America: Winter Soldier, and then she appeared again in Civil War. And now we see her playing a bigger role here in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Even Baron Zemo, I like the fact that they're giving more character development with these villains.
Yeah.
Don't they kill off their villains so easily? I mean, Loki's not a villain anymore. He's like an anti-hero.
A lot of them become like that.
I mean, and even Kevin Feige said in the beginning, like it's not about the villains. It's we're focused more on the heroes. But now with these shows, the villains are. How do you feel about Agatha and WandaVision?
I mean,
I love her.
I mean the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what is she doing? She's in New Jersey right now, just playing her role right now. Like,
Well, she's a prisoner in her
she's a
world.
prisoner
She's
in
a
the
prisoner
world,
world,
right?
Yeah, she's stuck in her world.
and Wanda is learning evil magic.
Wanda is just full on. Wanda, yeah.
Wanda.
Such a trip, bro. Is she gonna meet up with Doctor Strange?
I mean,
Is she
she's
gonna be contacting with Doctor Strange using the mirror of? Was it the mirror or the? What does Doctor Strange use to contact?
Who do you think is
people?
stronger, Doctor Strange or
Wanda.
Wanda?
Wanda.
I think she's the strongest out of all. these
Wanda
characters.
right now is like the Dark Phoenix of the MCU.
Yeah.
correct.
But stronger.
Yeah.
But strong, dude.
That's true.
She can work things that
But she
Doctor
has
Strange cannot
magic,
do.
dude.
Doctor Strange is strong, but he can travel through multiverse. But Wanda can create multiverses.
Yeah.
You know, Doctor Strange can travel through it, but Wanda can create. Man, Wanda can kill Deadpool.
Exactly, is like the.
You think Deadpool is unkillable? Man, Wanda can wipe him out, dude. That's how crazy she is.
That's crazy how like the basis of Marvel is literally the Super Soldier Serum.
Yeah,
Like that's
it's all about the super soldier.
like
serum.
you have Isaiah Bradley, you have Steve Rogers,
You have the
you
US
have
agent.
Logan, you have Bruce Banner, you have Deadpool, you have the Red Hulk, you have what's that other one?
Abomination.
The Abomination.
Abomination.
Yeah.
And he's still in the play.
Where is he? He's not in the
true.
raft, is he? Like
He's
under
still in
the
the
raft?
play.
Yeah, that's true.
They prison him
And then
somewhere
he-
in like the Antarctic or something like that. Or yeah, dude, he's prisoned somewhere.
He's still in play.
He's been chilling,
He's been
chilling in
chilling.
the cage like all these years, man. That's so crazy.
Yeah, everything. What about like? All right, so you know how everyone's talking about the super serum. What about all the mutants that are like born with that gift?
I mean, dude, was
Like, when are they
Wolverine
gonna put
was
all that
Wolverine in
together?
Madripoor as the Winter Soldier was happening?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to put together.
Here's my theory about Wolverine, though. Wolverine's not gonna be a jobber. He's not gonna be another side character that's just gonna be like a cameo somewhere.
Oh no, he needs his own.
He's gonna have his own film, and from what I read, or maybe I don't know if these are rumors, but I think they're gonna start with Wolverine versus Hulk.
Man.
I think they're gonna do a Wolverine versus Hulk film first, and that's how we're gonna introduce Wolverine. So it's not gonna be an origin yet. We'll probably get some origins of the Wolverine. We're gonna start with a Wolverine with metal claws, full on metal claws, doesn't remember anything, and he's just him and Hulk just going at it. That's what the movie's gonna be. Wolverine. That's what it's gonna be.
Dude, how about when Maestro eats Wolverine And then Wolverine just
Who?
rips out of his body, like he carves himself out of his body.
Who? Oh, Maestro, the evil.
It's like
Hulk.
he's like a different universe.
Yeah, he's a
Hulk.
different Hulk. Yeah.
But he eats Wolverine in the comic. He eats him, and then Wolverine carves himself out of his body.
Yeah.
And in the cartoon, Wolverine beats the Hulk. In the cartoon, remember he's about to decapitate the Hulk.
Yeah, don't they send him to a?
No, he was able
planet
to cut. He was able to cut Hulk.
Yeah, but he was about to cut his head off. Remember?
Yeah.
And then I forgot what happens. I think Thor interrupts the fight, and then Wolverine and Thor start fighting.
Jeez.
Oh, you're talking about that one.
Cartoon?
No, because there's two versions. There was another one where Omega Red, Deathstrike, and Sabretooth was in the same game.
Isn't Omega Red part of the Super Soldier program too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Who was in charge of that facility? It was Kane or something like that. Not Kane. There was a doctor that was in charge of all that. Yeah, that one guy.
I'm wondering.
Not Stryker, but there was another guy.
I'm wondering where. So Oscorp is now part of the MCU. I'm wondering where is Wilson Fisk?
He's with Charlie Cox.
Where is
He's in jail, bro.
Wilson Fisk?
Okay, we don't even know so supposedly Marvel canceled all the superheroes from Netflix, all their Marvel stuff from
Yeah,
Netflix.
it's not canon anymore.
Well,
Like Agents of
We
Shield
don't-
isn't canon.
wait,
Even though they had
Shield?
transitional
He watched all of
characters.
Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
knows
like
about that.
Marvel, I think Kevin Feige said none of that is canon anymore.
That sucks,
So
dude.
weird.
That was pretty cool.
That's
I
so
liked
weird.
it.
How is that possible? That they can't just uncanonize that because
Yeah, I mean you can if you're Kevin Feige.
Bro, but there's been so many episodes where like, oh look,
And there's also like
this is where the Dark World happened.
But there's also like there's also transition characters too, like that were in the movies that went onto the show.
Yeah.
Like Nick Fury.
Yeah, like what's that dude's name? The professor guy who like put himself in the computer.
Oh,
Zola.
okay, let me see if I can get his name. Argimzola? Argimzola?
Yeah.
Argimzola? Am I right? Let me take a look real quick. Arnimzola. I was close. Arnimzola. Tomato.
Same thing.
Yeah.
He was in like one of the Agents of Shield episodes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So,
Oh yeah, he was.
which episode
What was that? Who was control at the beginning? Wasn't that with that one group? They're like
Not the Hydra.
no, not Hydra. There was like a group of like fucking nerds or some shit like that. Yeah, they were like computer
Fucking
kids.
nerds.
We are nerds.
We're nerds too, but
Bro, what are we?
I'm talking about like no, these are like
Goddamn
crazy
fucking
hackers, bro. I'm talking about hackers. Like these guys are like
Red
crazy
Skull
hackers.
was part of the Super Soldier program.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how
Oh,
he's
yeah,
able.
that's
To,
definitely
that's how he's
Red
able
Skull
to
for
go
sure.
toe to toe with Captain America. Yeah. Dude, this whole MCU's
The
about
Super Soldier Serum fucked up the whole world. So Baron Zemo has a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I relate to him as a character.
That's why I was asking you guys. Like, what if the Hulk destroyed one of your buildings, trying to fight? So I mean, they become a liability. There's going to be casualties.
How do the Avengers get paid?
Tony Stark funds everything.
But
Remember?
he's dead now.
I know. That's my question.
That's why
I
they
was
stopped.
wondering,
That's
like,
the reason why Sam
isn't
didn't have
it-
funds.
Isn't it Shield now? Shield took over.
Like why didn't Pepper
doesn't Pepper pay him?
buy Sam's house for him?
Because they've been so disconnected ever since Tony Stark. So they're no longer with, like, Tony Stark's not. I'm sure Pepper Potts still gives them some sort of like royalties.
They
and
have
stuff.
to.
Because I know for sure, like
How do you
one
save the
episode-
world and not get a paycheck?
Well, in the first episode,
I mean, you do it for the love, right?
That's what they're saying. You did
no,
it for
bro. I
kindness.
mean, there's even Sam said, like, yeah, there's some times when you do it, for free, and you just gotta do it with the goodness of your heart. But you gotta, how are you gonna pay for it? You gotta pay
You
for
gotta
bills too.
survive. Well, you're too busy going saving the world. You don't need a house.
Well, the first episode when Sam was talking to that one lone prepper, the lone prepper said, "Oh, so you're that Falcon guy, but it looks like you haven't been an active Avenger for 6 or 7 years because of the blip, right?
Right.
So that's not even his fault. So does that mean that if you're dead, or maybe considered dead, that you don't no longer get royalties or paid or some sort of I don't know, retirement fee or package or
I
something?
don't know how that works. Like if you're blipped out, how? I mean that was the whole like story behind, you know, the Flag Smashers.
And how old is Sam's sister? Was she part of the blip, or did she age 6 years older than, or 6 years? Was she?
Sam was part of the blip.
So she was.
She wasn't.
blipped.
So
She wasn't
she's
because
6
she
years.
said she's like, you just come back after 6 years.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I was trying to figure out, like who was older between those two, and how old is she now?
She's probably older now.
And where was Hawkeye the whole time?
That's true.
Oh no, he was a Ronin. Remember, he was Ronin.
He was Ronin,
He
but
went
where,
to, like,
but where was he
Tokyo.
this whole time?
Well, everyone went to the funeral, right?
I think there's gonna be more Ronin coming up.
Are we gonna get a Hawkeye TV show?
I think it's gonna be Ronin.
It's gonna be a Ronin TV show.
Aren't they gonna make
Yeah.
a movie first?
I think it's Hawkeye. I think it's
No, it's a
titled
TV
Hawkeye,
show. It's
but I
Hawkeye.
think it's gonna be more Ronin than
Ronin
Hawkeye.
stuff. All right, so we're not. Is it gonna be like are we gonna be in the same timeline, or are we gonna talk about what happened to him in the past, or just
I
gonna
think
be
they're
like
gonna
flashbacks?
I think they're putting all of this in one universe. So like around that same era, like I think that's how they're gonna separate each character of like what each one was doing,
Yeah.
and they're gonna put them all together.
I think Loki will explain everything.
Loki is gonna be dope.
I'm not sure when the release date of Loki is, but man, Disney is. They're not messing around, man. Everything's on schedule. You know, like, okay, WandaVision. Okay, Mandalorian. Okay, that's done. WandaVision. Okay, what's next? Winter Soldier. Okay,
What about
Loki.
Punisher, man? I'm still pissed that
They're working on that. They are. Okay, the reason. Okay, here's another issue with. So, Marvel, Disney took all of the superheroes from Netflix. They canceled all the superheroes. And from what you're saying, they're not canon anymore. But from what I'm reading and from what I heard is that Disney or Marvel is talking to Charlie Cox right now, trying to bring back all the Defenders from all the Netflix.
So, like,
and bring
Jessica
them
Jones.
and Disney Plus.
and all of those.
We're
Luke
gonna have
Cage.
everyone, even the Punisher. But they're still working on the ratings, the R ratings and the PG ratings.
Well, the Punisher has to be an R
it
rated.
has to be R.
It has to be R rated because he's like Deadpool.
Well, these are the things that the shareholders and the corporate people from Disney are talking
Because
about.
the Punisher's already dead, right?
No.
He's
Isn't
not.
he dead?
No.
He's not
He
dead.
killed. Him after.
Didn't he die and like come back from like hell?
No, but that was at the beginning.
No, he didn't die. Wait, did you talk about like season 2 of?
No, I'm talking about like the Punisher.
Oh, the comic
character,
books.
Yeah.
Are the comic books? I didn't read that.
Well, how does he come back?
So
John Berthel, by the way.
yeah, so Castle dies.
Kingpin?
So Castle dies and he's buried, and then somehow he just comes back, and that's how he becomes the Punisher. Like someone goes, I think Kingpin kills Frank Castle and his family,
Oh,
and I think Frank Castle comes back and becomes the Punisher from death.
So like the way that they played it in like the
He's
movies.
like the Grim Reaper.
where are you getting
So,
this?
yeah, that's why he has
What
a-
issue is this?
I think that's
Is this?
I think I remember hearing that, but at the
this a
same time, I
reboot?
heard that he
No,
didn't
I-
die. That he just barely.
I thought the Saints killed the Punisher's family.
I thought it was Kingpin.
No, I think Kingpin ordered those guys to do it.
Bullseye.
I think it's his origin story. I think that's how the Punisher like.
You talking about the Netflix?
No, I think like that's the origin story like in the comic.
Oh, I did not know that.
I think I could be wrong.
Because I always thought that Kingpin was like I always thought that there was like it was like more like mafia related, like the Saints. Remember the Saints? Like they were like they were kind of like the Falcone, Maroni of
No,
you know,
right,
the
right,
DC
right.
universe.
Where does
Like the Marvel.
Spawn fall under?
Oh, Spawn is the Image Comics.
Yeah, Spawn
Or-
is Image Comics.
Yeah,
Image
that's
Comics.
Image. Oh, that's another story. Image is still working on trying to open up their universe, so they need some catching up to.
They probably need Disney Plus to help
Bro,
them.
man, imagine all the Image films. Those are all gonna be rated R. That's for sure. It's so violent.
That'll be cool.
It's so violent.
You
But
know.
they have a lot of catching up to do.
I mean, I think we covered most of everything. I'm just really excited to see where Loki's gonna take us.
Yeah.
You know what we're gonna be able to see because Loki is gonna be responsible for a lot of the mysteries of our history.
Yeah.
Mysteries of our history. Like he plays DB Cooper, the guy who jumped out of a plane with like $2 million in parachute and never got caught.
True.
I think they're gonna have.
forgot about
I
that.
think Loki's gonna be the guy who did all that stuff.
All the stuff that, like, all the unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, it's gonna
from
be attributed to
that'd be
Loki.
sick.
that we could never, that nobody could ever solve throughout history.
Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be so cool, dude.
That would be dope.
Yeah, guys. So I believe that's it. That's we pretty much covered everything from this season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Dude,
season 1.
dude.
Oh,
Dude, and the Skrulls are here.
yeah.
They've
been here.
and they've been here since Captain America.
Oh, by the way.
no, they've been here since Captain Marvel.
Yeah, they've been here
So they've
before
been
the
in
Avengers.
every movie. The Skrulls have been in every movie.
Every single-
So
Yeah.
does that mean that
Who is real?
who's an Avenger and who's really a Skrull? Yeah.
They've been in every movie. Like,
What if
that's
Damn.
What if the Black Widow who
Was
sacrificed
a Skrull.
herself
Was a Skrull.
they can always be a Skrull.
and then
That's
they're
true, and then
gonna-
the real one
and
comes
then they're
out.
bring and then maybe in the Black Widow
You know what?
movie,
That could be a good way for them to
But
bring
there's a
back
face swap.
characters.
There's a
too.
face swap. There's a face swap in the Black
at
Widow
the
movie.
end of the Black Widow
There's a face swap.
Maybe
I think-
that's a theory.
I think the blonde version of Natasha is not Natasha. I think it's a face swap.
I think so.
So
she's
I
gonna
think
be a
Natasha
Skrull?
didn't really die. I think Black Widow's still alive.
That, or if they really wanted to replace the Black Widow and Natasha, they would have used her sister because even in the comic books, you get the blonde Black Widow, which is her sister, not her sister, but her what do you call that? Adopted sister or whatever you call it from the Red Room. Yeah,
the
dude.
Skrulls are here.
So the Skrulls can be a good excuse. I would call it a good excuse to bring back some of these characters.
Yeah.
I told Efren because I was driving towards Santa Monica or West Hollywood. I saw a billboard, and I'm not sure if you guys saw this too, but it was a big billboard that had the what's Iron Man's what's it called?
His little thing.
What's it
on
called
it.
again?
The flux capacitor? No, I'm just playing. That's from Back to the Future.
No, I was gonna agree with you too.
It's the man.
I know what it is. I know it is. It's
Why
on the
can't I
tip
think
my
of it
tongue.
right now?
Something sector.
No.
No, the.
What is it called? Iron Man's element that he created.
Yeah, dude. Like freaking Obadiah's talked about this.
The arc reactor.
The arc reactor.
Okay, so his center arc reactor. I saw a picture of that. Yeah, exactly like that. A picture of that, and there was a text underneath it that says, "Bring back Tony Stark."
I mean, Tony Stark is.
That was in the billboard though.
I mean, dude, we're in the multiverse of madness. So, Tony Stark is.
We're gonna have a Tom Cruise Tony Stark,
I would not like that.
bro. We're gonna have a Tom Cruise Tony Stark. We're gonna have who's the guy who played Mysterio?
Tom Cruise is 5'5". Like he can't be Iron Man. Because they're gonna have if they
Bro,
put him
he
if
can
they
always-
put him in Iron Man.
Bro.
If they put him in Iron Man, they're gonna have to shoot this way
Yeah, but they
from
can-
down
they can
up to
always
make
put-
him level out.
When you-
with
when you wear the
everyone
suit,
else.
you can
like
always-
imagine him next to
Thor.
like
Thor, like
You look like a
little
shark.
tiny Iron Man.
Well, there's also a possibility of Leonardo DiCaprio
I would be down with
Spider-Man.
DiCaprio Spider-Man.
multiverse.
But there's also
Black Panther.
There's also a Steve Rogers Spider-Man
Steve
shit.
Rogers
in the What If.
The What If. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I think again, this
Queens.
is just my theory. Queens, yeah. I think my theory is the multiverse of madness, which is the new Doctor Strange 2 film, is going to explain, and we're going to probably get some. This is maybe how we're going to get like some characters from the Spider-Man, because they're bringing back some of the villains from like the old Spider-Man films, like Doctor Octopus. Yeah, and we're getting Jamie Foxx back as Electro.
But is Doc Ock really a villain in this movie? Because remember in the Sam Raimi film, he had a coming moment at the end where he drowned himself with the star.
With the reactor.
So there's
probably reactor too.
Well, it was a small sun, right?
Yeah, it was a small sun.
And basically, I think the idea is when he drowns himself with that sun, the sun becomes a black hole because it collapses onto itself, and through the black hole,
it's like
travels.
a vacuum. It just sucks.
He travels through that.
I never thought he was dead. I never thought he was dead.
I'm thinking the star collapsed on
And he
itself, created a black hole, and I mean Einstein-Rosenbridge theory, right? But Doc Ock goes through there and ends up in a different universe. He has saved himself. You know, he's come to grips with not being evil. He was like in that moment before him taking down the power core. He redeemed himself. He took it down.
I think he's going to start the Sinister Six, but towards the end, he's also going to redeem himself and save Spider-Man.
I mean, remember Michael Keaton's character wasn't entirely evil.
Oh, you're talking about the Vulture.
The Vulture, right? Yeah. Like, he wasn't entirely evil.
No.
You know, like, he was trying to...
He was like Baron Zemo.
Yeah, he was trying to provide for his family, and the Avengers wrecked all his stuff. Yeah. And he had to do what he had to do.
They were picking up scraps. They were the cleanup crew.
Well, he was a construction team.
Yeah.
He owned a construction team.
And they were supposed to work, and because of what the Avengers
Tony Stark took his job, and he was jobless.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
Dude, I'm telling you, this is what makes a good villain, man. It's like when
villain, not a villain,
not a villain, but it's just when they don't
because
have a
at the
choice.
very core, what villain in the Marvel universe is really truly a villain?
And now look at the Joker, for example, in DC.
The Joker's a villain.
No, at the beginning he wasn't like. If you look at, he had his reasons why he became that.
That's why he's the best. That's why the Joker is the best and most relatable character. That's why Batman is the most relatable character in the Marvel and the DC universe.
Yeah.
Because Superman is not relatable.
No, he was born. He was born.
He's a god. He's untouchable.
Yeah.
But like Thor's a god, but Thor has faults. He's an alcoholic. He questions himself.
His family wouldn't see him up there. Like they didn't want to see him as.
But Superman is Superman.
It's like perfect.
Like you can't really.
Yeah, Superman's the perfect example of an American hero.
Like Tony Stark.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm gonna take about like perfect, but he was raised by humans though, so evolve with humanity, or not evolve, but
adapt.
Adapt with humans. So Superman has faults too. He's got a lot of faults. He had to make a decision as far as just like that phrase, with great power comes with great responsibility.
I take Goku over Superman.
I think everyone will take Goku over Superman. Dude, that's not even an argument, bro. Of course, everyone will take Goku. Everyone thinks Goku's gonna kill. I think anyone from the
Goku,
Dragon Ball universe
Ultra Instinct.
Superman.
Goku Ultra Instinct is beyond God level.
Efren's a Dragon Balls fan, by the way.
Dude, Akira Toriyama, amazing.
Big Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Amazing, dude. Stan Lee, Akira Toriyama. I mean, dude, where would we be without them?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
Oh, you're talking about
Lord of the Wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we didn't have them.
Here's one thing I wanted to mention to a lot of the viewers out there that we watch a lot of movies and these are just fictional characters, but then again, some of these fictional characters have turned fighters into firemen. Like they read comic books and it's like, look, I want to do good too. So it really reflects on what you want to become, and just like your question, what would we do without them?
Well, they give you morals and values.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's right and wrong.
And at the same time, you have a really dope duality with the Marvel villains, because they come from, from pain and
suffering
and loss.
Exactly.
And it's relatable.
It's relatable. Yeah.
And Marvel does this really really cool thing where we're talking about Iron Man, who has nanotechnology within his blood, and it's really outlandish to even think about it. But when they put it down in comic and you read it, it's realistic. It's real world problems, like Falcon and Winter Soldier was real world issues.
He was an alcoholic too.
Yeah, he had a stripper pole in his plane before Disney.
That was so funny.
Before Disney did it.
That was so crazy.
I know, Disney would never allow that.
Yeah.
Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Well, Disney didn't even know. Well, Disney wasn't with Marvel yet. They weren't combined yet. So.
Yeah, that was just Marvel.
That was just Marvel.
Yeah.
And Marvel didn't even know how far they were going to take this film. So let's just put a stripper pole. It's not going to go that far, right? No, it's not going to go that far, right? Like, we're not gonna have any more films after this. Shit. We had a lot of more films. 20 years in the making. So, I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. I think we pretty much covered the highlights of this season. We talked about the faction of the U.S. agent. Oh, of course, I love the part where, and this is something I mentioned, where Bucky actually went back to the older Chinese Asian man and redeemed himself and told him what happened to his son.
The Winter Soldier murdered his son.
In the first, and it was funny because in the first episode, he was trying to redeem himself and just admit what happened, but he was reluctant. So towards the end, the last episode, he finally did it, and that was good.
And he also gave
it gave him closure.
He also gave the book of the list to his therapist.
Is there? Yeah. I read that they're gonna recast T'Challa, and I'm not really mad at it. I think it's fair. You know, Chadwick did an amazing job, and you know he's irreplaceable as the Black Panther. You know, I mean, it goes without reason or explanation. Like everyone knows that he is the Black Panther, right? Mm-hmm. But I think to do him justice is to recast it and to carry on the moniker.
I just feel they could do a different way of how they're gonna bring the new cast. Like they can make it where he there's something like he went to another world or another universe or another way instead of just recasting.
And then Bucky can be the White Wolf.
The White Wolf, yeah. I mean that's his heir right? I mean shit, he went through a lot with the Wakanda, so
yeah,
it's only right that he becomes the White Wolf.
Well, I'm still waiting for Storm to marry T'Challa, so hopefully that happens.
Holler at me, Halle Berry.
It's definitely not gonna be Halle Berry, but I know Halle Berry is gonna make a cameo one day in the MCU for sure.
It would be dope to have her be like in the Eternals.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
You know? Bring her back as because I mean they do have a lot of the matured actors.
And they're gonna have a young Thanos in there too.
Oh, Black Knight. Oh, that's Game of Thrones.
Dude, Nova.
From Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, Nova.
Nova and my dude.
Jon Snow is playing Black Knight.
What's my other dude?
No, not Jon Snow. The other guy, his brother.
What's my dude? From Guardians of the Galaxy, he was in the Golden Cocoon.
Oh yeah, Adam Warlock.
Dude. Adam Warlock. Remember, he's still in play.
Keanu Reeves. Is it Keanu Reeves? Come on, dude, stop teasing us.
Neo, John Wick. Gosh. I mean, Moon Knight. Is it?
Keanu Reeves. Okay, Keanu Reeves as Moon Knight. That's perfect already, right there, dude. I would take it, but Moon Knight deserves a film adaptation before you turn into a series. I think it should be a film adaptation because
Moon Knight deserves a movie,
especially if it's Keanu Reeves because he's a busy guy. So it's gonna be hard to actually put him in a series. He's doing a lot of John Wick stuff, and it's continuing.
Matrix 4.
Yeah, you can't put him in a series. He's too busy. Yeah, you gotta make a film.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's it, guys. Man, we pretty much covered all the highlights of what the great parts and all the things that happened in this season of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier
and Marvel itself. Mm-hmm.
And we're waiting for the next Disney Plus Marvel stuff. So that they're working on Mandalorian season 3. Hopefully it comes out this December because supposedly they're pushing production because there's going a lot of issues going on, a lot of drama going on behind scenes. Hopefully they're on time with production. And yeah, man, where can they find you, Richie Rich?
It's Morphing Time on Instagram.
Morphing Time.
Yeah, huge Power Ranger fan.
Nice.
Big up to Saban.
Yeah.
Nice. Bringing it in.
Are they owned by Hasbro now though?
I think it's Hasbro now.
It's Hasbro now, right? Yeah. The G.I. Joe people.
It's Morphing Time on Instagram. Yeah. You guys go ahead and give me a follow, like, or give me a comment on something. I'll always reply.
Nice. And other than that, man, look, Efren, you guys know where to find me. Efren Santos.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not very active with my Instagram, but I'll post it in there anyway. Yeah, man. And if you want to do closing?
Yeah, well, other than that, man, look, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Let's have a chat. That's what the comment section is about. I want to see everyone jumping on and giving your guys' opinions because we just gave you guys what we thought You know, not just in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but all in Marvel in general, and where it's going to lead into. And I want to be able to have a conversation with all of the viewers to let us know exactly, maybe something that we missed out. Maybe y'all want to hear your theories, and
I'm sure
maybe
we missed out maybe one or two things. I'm sure we
easily missed out a few things.
To cover everything.
Yeah.
In this whole season, there's so much.
We do our best.
We do our best, though.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's a lot more you guys can let us know, so we can continue these conversations in the comment section. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed, like I say, hit that subscribe, hit that like. If you guys really enjoyed and you want to support us, you can also buy us a cup of coffee. Everything helps, you know, from 1, 3, 5, whatever. We do have a lot more that's going to be happening, especially now with the new series coming on. So just stay tuned, lock in on that subscribe button, on that notification button, so every time we post some new videos, you guys will be able to see them and enjoy them. Other than that, Crown Gambit, we're pretty much out. So any last thing you want to say?
No, that's it. I mean, I'll do the thing, but like the camera's so far. But
awesome. Any last things?
Peace. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
All right, bye, guys.
Take care. Peace.